Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about planner printables and specifically trackers and journal pages and inserts that I'm going to be using next month and that I think you should use too. All right, so of course this is all about what I've created to put into my Etsy shop, but you can create similar types of pages if you like doodling and creating them yourself. Towards the end of the video, I will have a little tutorial on how I cut these perfectly to size using the classic Happy Planner, but it will work to give you tips on any size that you're cutting for. And I do have tutorials on printing and using planner printables and computer tips in a previous video, so I will try to link that here if you're interested in all of that. All right, so let's take a look at the trackers that I'm going to be using this month. I have so much stuff here. I just finished checking everything and then took some photos, and now I'm going to do a little setup and talk through what I'm using. So these are all the sizes that I have: Mini Happy Planner, A5, Classic Happy Planner, Daily Grind, and Big Happy Planner. So I'm just gonna push those off to the side because I use a Classic Happy Planner for my trackers, and I put it next to my catch-all planner and all of that. New not this month, it started last month, still sort of new, is that I have coordinating sticker sheets and printable scrapbook paper. So all of this is printable, none of it is shipped. But yeah, you see all of that there. It's so much fun, easy to print, easy to use. The theme this month, did I even say that? Oh gosh. The theme this month was ladybugs. People on Instagram vote, and then I go ahead and make whichever one wins. So this one was suggested by Dazzling Creative Vibes and Plans, who's over on Instagram. So this theme was inspired by Dazzling Creative Vibes and Plans, who's over on Instagram. She suggested the ladybug theme, and that won. And then when I was looking at photographs, because I always love to look at still images when I'm thinking about what my doodles are going to be, when I was looking at photographs of ladybugs, I came across some different pictures of ladybugs on flowers, of course, and the ones with these ladybugs on hydrangeas really stood out to me because I realized that me and my husband's 10-year anniversary was coming up, and our wedding colors were purple and blue, and we had hydrangeas in my bouquet. And so even my wedding ring is purple and blue. It's kind of hard to tell, but they're sapphires, super cool. But I decided, with it being our 10-year wedding anniversary month, that I would put hydrangeas as the flowers that the ladybugs would be sitting on. So super cool. This is the cover. I love it. I might actually print it out and put it up on my wall somewhere, make a little cool thing as well. But so there's a cover page, then we've got the goals and the mood tracker, which the goals, I like to set like 4 goals to think about that are going to be my top goals for the month, and then I will transfer stuff over into my other goal setting planner as I select more goals and deeper goals, but these will be like the top 4 that I want to focus on. Then mood tracker, I have 5 moods that I like to track. I've left it blank so you can fill it in for yourself, and just really fun. I love coloring them in each day. Habit tracker, I always have 6 habits I like to track as well. I think 6 is a good number anymore, and it's going to be too overwhelming. You could also choose to just do 3 or 4 of them. Step tracker, it's been getting nicer outside, so I've been trying to bump up the steps up here. Water tracker, I drink way too much coffee and I'm trying to drink more water, so that's very helpful. The sleep tracker, which any of these you can cut out if you don't need them, but this one's super important to me. Gratitude log, focusing on gratitude every single day is a nice way to, even on hard days, think about something that you can be grateful for, whether that's just a hot cup of coffee or feeling the warm sun on your face, or something big, like you got to see family, or you got yourself a new something. Like I just bought a new computer last month, so I would have written that down last month. You know, things like that. A 31-day challenge this month. Oh, did I not reprint this one? I'm going to need to reprint that one. But I had them at 30 first. I had them at 30 at first, and then needed to add the 31. So I didn't reprint that page, but the file looks like this on that part and not that. Just FYI. But I love choosing a challenge each month to focus on. a workout log, self-care bingo. I love filling this out every month. Notes page. I love to put in just some notes, like memory keeping type stuff here, but you could print it out over and over again as just like your lists. Month in review to do some more memory keeping, and then a quotes page. So this month I chose, "Until you spread your wings, you will have no idea how far you can fly." I really liked that quote. I didn't see anywhere that said this quote was attributed to a certain person, so I didn't include that, but there you go. So let's go ahead and set it up a little bit for how I'm going to be using it. So because we're using purple and blue, let's grab some purple and blue mild liners. All right, so I grabbed purple and blue mild liners, and then also red, orange, and yellow, because these are kind of colors that ladybugs can come in. When I was looking up ladybug pictures, I also found out that some ladybugs are black with red, and I was like, they look so cool, and I was gonna draw some, and then I found out that those ones are poisonous, apparently. According to Google, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to avoid drawing poisonous ladybugs. Anyways, these will be my 5 mood tracker colors. I always love to decorate this a little bit more. You'll see throughout all my different things that I do, creative journaling or planning, or these trackers, that I like to decorate things. So even if it's something that I've designed and I've put in things, I'm always adding more. It just is what it is. Okay, so goals for this month. So this is the way that I fill it out. I think about the top goals, and one will be self-care related. Let's see, so for May, we're gonna have a few more sitters, so I'm gonna have a little bit more free time. We're bumping it up a little bit, which I'm so thankful and excited for. We're gonna have like 2 times a week that we'll have someone come over, which is gonna be really awesome. So during that time, of course, we're gonna be getting some stuff done, but I wanna make some time for self-care. So what should my goal be for that? How about I could do some more reading, especially with how nice it is. Make a drink, you know, a lemonade or an iced tea or something, and go sit on the porch in the backyard and read. So let's say finish 2 books, because that also will allow me to complete this on days that I don't have time during the day. I can do it at night before bed, which is kind of my routine right now. So I love to add that little line. I just think it looks really nice. Okay. 2 books. All right. And then another goal would be to walk daily. Because it is so nice out. And then related to all of this stuff, my Etsy shop is going to be 1 year old in May. So I want to work starting now and come up with some really fun things to come out with this next month. So make sure you're following along. I have an email list down below. If you want to see when new things come out, I'll email you. So let's say I always put 10 new items for Etsy, and I never get that many in a month. So we're gonna say 12 new items, and know that it's really hopefully gonna be at least 10. 12 new Etsy items. And then we've got 2 kind of care ones. My mental self-care, physical self-care, my business, small business stuff. And then let's do like family and social, and let's do like at least 1 social night a week. See friends 1 time per week. I'll say see friends 1 time each week. We have young kids, so sometimes it's hard to see our own friends. We do a lot of play dates, and those parents love them. They are good friends, but the people that we were friends with prior to having kids, we do not see often enough. So this is going to be prioritizing trying to see more of them again. Okay, so let's do it in this order. So this is the mood tracker. I like to track this to kind of see how I've been feeling, and I can take a quick glance at all these things and see if there's a trend. Like if I'm feeling more stressed over multiple days, maybe I need to look into my own self-care routine or my you know, day-to-day life and see what I can cut out until I can be less stressed. And so this is just a visual cue at the trend of how I'm feeling. Because sometimes in the moment, it's really hard to tell. Okay, and so I always do the same moods that I track because they work for me. You can totally do your own moods, but a mood tracker I think is really fun and really important for many people. All right, so we are gonna go from left to right. So I start with excited, happy, okay, sad, and overwhelmed. And overwhelmed never fits, so I'm gonna try to do it small. It's a little bit over, but that's okay. All right, so for the habit, again with my decorating things, I always decorate. So I'm filming this right now. My release was today, but everyone is at Go Wild right now, and I'm having major FOMO. I really wish I could have gone this year. I've never gone. But what I was going to say is I'm just using these mild liners from Zebra Pen, and I just thought of it. And people are sharing these dual color mild liners that have like 2 colors, and you do it and 2 colors come out at the same time. It looks super intriguing, and I hope I can try them out sometime soon. But if you were at Go Wild, let me know what you think of them. And if you weren't, let me know if you need to try them out as well, or what you think of them also. All right, so habits, let's see. With summer on its way and more, you know, like stuff going on and we're busier, 80 ounces of water. I'll also be tracking water on the water tracker, but here it's nice to check off and just think a bit with the habits. Okay, 80 ounces of water, bed by 10, because I've been really bad at that lately and not getting enough sleep because I've been reading or scrolling, and I just need to not scroll at night. Oh my goodness. All right, so other habits would be tidy the counters. I've noticed a trend for us. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but we have a kitchen island, and it's kind of like an open floor plan. And so if the kitchen island gets messy, then everything else around the main floor falls apart. But if we keep that kitchen island clear, then it all stays pretty clean. It's really weird. So tidy counters is the goal, and I think that'll spill over to the rest of the main floor. It's hard with kids, things get pulled out all the time, but I'd like to have it be a little less cluttered each morning when I wake up. I don't know. Okay, anyways, besides that, we've got, what else can I do? Well, because of the goals, I can walk daily here. As long as it's nice out Monday through Thursday, I can walk my daughter to pre-K. That's a nice walk. But if it's rainy, I'll have to figure something else out. And then, let's see, work on Etsy, because that's one of the goals. Work Etsy, work on Etsy. Throw that in there. Okay, and then read. Normally it's read for 15 minutes. Let's say read for 30 minutes per day this month and see if I can do that, because I've really been enjoying getting back into reading more and having like a little reading journal and all this stuff. Okay, so the step tracker, I don't have to do anything at this point, but other than color these in. And the way that I do it is I write the number of steps here and then color in right here the coordinating amount. So it's just a nice visual way to see how much you're moving. And I think since these are the 5 that I'm really going to carry around with me, let's put these as these ones and find 2 more for this that I probably will not hit that low, so I do not need them. But it's good to have just in case. All right, let's see. Maybe the pink and teal. Yeah, let's do that. With the kids, I have not been below like 6,500 steps in ages, and that's a low day for me just because my 1-year-old is so active and I'm constantly chasing after him and he's getting into everything he shouldn't, and we're baby-proofing everything one thing at a time when he discovers it and working our way through that. But we have had to lock things down that we never had to lock with our daughter. So super weird, like locking the closet and the pantry. Like she did not figure out doors this early. But yeah, so I'm always moving. But really what I'd like to see is mostly the yellow, orange, or red on the step tracker. Alrighty. So water tracker, don't need to fill anything out right now. Sleep tracker, do not need to fill anything out, nor the gratitude log. This one I needed to reprint because of the 31. So I reprinted the other one, just not this one. Nothing I'd need to fill out here anyways. For this one, let's go ahead and add the free space. So the goal on this is to try to get a bingo. And this one's really fun. You try to get a bingo or fill up the whole thing. You can set yourself a little prize if you get a bingo or not. I don't. I know some people like to do that kind of thing. So set yourself a prize like a spa day or a new something. Find something that makes you happy and have that as your goal. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead and add a couple of lines around these as well because I can. And then we are going to be done setting this up. So after this, I will play the little tutorial on how I go ahead and cut things really well for my printables. That was not straight at all. I mean, it was straight, it was just sideways. Whoops. But so it'll just be a video showing me cutting things and talking about like what I do, and then punching it and showing how they look. Oh, this one looks like it's almost running out too. I have a box right here from Stationery Pal. They sell mild liners individually, so I bought some. I don't think I bought this color though, but it looks like it's a little like clear in the center there, so it's like running out. Oh, I'm gonna have to get another one soon. Okay, anyways, that is all the setup that I do, and then every day I just fill this out, and then some of the things are like monthly items to fill out. So yeah, let me know what questions you have, and let me know if you'll be creating any of your own trackers to add into your planner. It's really nice, just pop it in and use it. So next up is how I cut these. So to get started, what you'll need is some kind of paper trimmer. I prefer this large one that can fit a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Of course, there are smaller ones that are cheaper available as well, but this one is not that expensive, even with it being one of the larger ones. I find it really sturdy and nice. I'll link everything that I talk about down below. Right now I'm cutting the sticker paper. These I printed off small to use on my Cricut device, and it cut everything for me. You can print these at any size that you want to and can resize them, which is what makes printables so much fun. But I'm just quickly showing you how these stickers look before I move on to the printables themselves with the monthly trackers and things. Okay, and then this is how I round the edges. It's this cool little edge tool, which I use for my stickers, which doesn't really matter because these are printable, so I'm only rounding the edges for myself. But I also use it in my creative journal and art journal and other places when I'm crafting. So it's super useful. Okay, so now we're getting to the actual trackers, the monthly trackers, and you can see there are these tiny little lines on them up in the corner on each corner. You're going to use those guides for the first 2 cuts you make. It's really hard to always get it perfect, so you might be a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right of it. That's okay. I've designed it so there's a little bit of wiggle room. So if you get it off the line, that's all right. Just keep going. After you've made your first 2 cut on a long edge and a short edge, then you are going to do the other 2, measuring with your paper cutter to make sure they're the right size. This is where the paper cutter that is larger is a benefit to you because you can easily have a ruler to line it up. So even if you cut off a smidge to one side or the other, you know if you're doing classic size Happy Planner that it's 7 inches by 9 1/4 inches. So I use the guides for the first 2 cuts and then measure perfectly so that I'm always getting the classic sized page. And all list down below, but it's on all my Etsy links, and you can also find it online in a couple different places when you Google it for the sizes of various different planners that you might be cutting pages for. So next up, you have to punch them if you're using a disc bound or a ring notebook or various different ways of binding these. So for me, I use a Happy Planner punch. There are some on the Happy Planner website, not this pink one that I've seen anymore. You can also use a lavender punch. That'll work very similarly and work for the same spacing. Also, We Are Memory Keepers has a single punch. I've never tried it. I don't know how it works, but I know some people have used that as well. So there are a lot of options for punching your stuff. If you use a ring binder, of course you can just use a single hole punch and line them up the way you need to, or get a punch created for your particular planner. Those were just some quick tips for your paper planner inserts and anything that you might be trying to put into your planner. Hopefully seeing how I actually cut my pages to size to make sure they line up in whatever size that I'm using was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions about planner printables, because I feel like I've gotten a good hang of it at this point, and I'm happy to help make things easier for everyone else if there are questions that I can answer. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it gave you some ideas of planner pages and monthly trackers that you should consider adding to your planner. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again for hanging out with me, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.